Talents of the World will make its debut in Jordan Hall on June 7th with a program that runs from opera to Broadway and popular song. To tell us his plan is the organization's founder, Olga Lisovskaya. Thank you very much for being with us, Olga.
Thank you, Chris.
You're also going to be one of the performers, and this is called Showstoppers. What's that all about?
Thank you for this question. Showstoppers, I had to explain what the word means in Russian because a lot of our audience members are Russian, and I was looking for the exact translation. There is actually no exact translation in Russian for Showstoppers, but Showstoppers is literally what it means. It's something that stops the show. Imagine you are in a theater, in an opera or an operetta or Broadway, and here comes your favorite piece, be it, Juliet's Waltz or Nessun Dorma, and after that piece everything stops. It's like the time stops. It's just you and the performer, and ovations, standing ovations, because usually Showstopper is not only a very popular tune, but it's also a tune or aria or a song that is really either emotionally profound or virtuosic in the way it's written for the voice.
Well, when a lot of people hear a showstopper, they say, "Oh, I remember Pavarotti singing that. I have the CD at home," or Maria Callas singing Casta Divas.
Yes.
It must be tough to compete against things like that sometimes.
Well, the performers that we have on this program, they're some of the best performers in the Boston area, and I can even venture to say that in the United States. We have 6 performers, 6 singers, and 2 pianists. We have 3 sopranos, so there will be very interesting surprises done with 3 sopranos. We are used to having 3 tenors showing off, but believe me, the sopranos have a great time as well when they're all 3 on stage. We have 1 mezzo-soprano, very talented young lady, Elizabeth Kinder, who was one of the winners of our international voice competition, Talents of the World international voice competition. Of course, the president and founder of the organization, David Gvinianidze, a renowned baritone, and one of my favorite colleagues, the tenor, that Boston should be proud to have such a tenor in our midst, Giovanni Formisano. He's being now compared to Corelli, the young Corelli's voice. It is really a phenomenal voice. And of course, the other 2 sopranos are amazing. Meredith Hansen, soprano, who performs with Metropolitan Opera, and Zhanna Alkhazova, one of my beloved colleagues with whom I've already worked for many years, and she has a glorious voice.
This has been a news, and we're talking with Olga Lisovskaya from Talents of the World. Olga, people, I guess, if they've been to an opera, you really focus on one thing for 2, maybe 3 hours. This is a show where you go from one thing to another. It's a lot faster pace. Explain the difference.
Definitely, Chris. This is very important. These days, the concert-going experience has to bring a much more exciting note to the audience. Audiences are spoiled. They'd rather sometimes sit at home and watch TV, or if they go to a concert, they're expecting a show, they're expecting something extraordinary. And this brings me to talking about Talents of the World. Talents of the World, which is an international concert organization. It has years, decades of experience of putting on a really successful show, a really successful concert. We've performed in some of the most prestigious concert halls in the world, in Moscow, in Europe, Carnegie Hall. Just this past 2 years alone, we've done 8 sold-out performances. But Jordan Hall is our debut, so it's very, very important to us, and we really would like to invite all of you to come and experience what we brought with us, like a whole baggage of experience of what audience members really enjoy. And the first half of the program will offer operetta and opera, the most famous. Even if you don't go to the opera, you will recognize the Flower Duet, Nessun Dorma, the very famous tour de force aria that tenor performs, La Donna Mobile, you know, and many other wonderful arias and ensembles. And then the second half will be lighter Neapolitan songs, Russian romances, the ones that really get your blood going and the heart rate up, and of course some Broadway.
This is Being in the News. We're talking with Olga Lisovskaya from Talents of the World. Or what about the Broadway number? What are you going to be putting in the mix?
So I will be happy to talk about one of those numbers that I'm going to be performing, Glitter and Be Gay. It's definitely an opera type aria. However, it's in the Broadway show, Bernstein's Candide. And it is one of those arias that literally, no matter who you are, Nathalie Dessay or many other opera singers or Broadway singers. If you Kristen Chenoweth, I need to think a few moments about those singers that perform this piece. But no matter who you are, as long as you perform it well, this is such a showstopper. It's such an incredible piece that audiences react wildly to it every time I perform it anywhere. And it's really fun because even though it's superbly difficult piece, because it has the range is almost like Queen of the Night's range, it has to be done, like the acting of it has to be done in such a way that it's entertaining and yet not overdone. And of course, the rhythm that Bernstein put into it is very engaging for the audiences, and it's a really fun piece. Of course, other Broadway we have Some Enchanted Evening, we have The Impossible Dream, and a few others.
We should mention finally the details and where people can get more information over.
Definitely, talentsoftheworld.org, talentsoftheworld.org. Please go to the website and click on the event, which is going to be at Jordan Hall, June 7th at 8 p.m.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Olga Lisovskaya from Talents of the World.